live custom stream. Now we got a lot of people already in the super chat. Let's see how many people. Wow, we got a lot. We got Greg Laney, Bill H, Kramer, John Wayne, Bill H, Scuba. Of course,
we got a lot of people already in the super chat.
Uh-oh, somebody
turn off. We got Greg Laney, Bill H, Kramer, John Wayne, Bill
if you have a window open,
somebody mute your YouTube. Mute your YouTube.
All right, I think we got it now. All right. Not sure what happened, but sometimes it happens. We do have technical difficulties every once in a while. Don't blame me. All right, you can blame me. I'm the guy. All right, so let's see. Let's go ahead and continue. We have a bunch of people. We got a bunch of people that are watching, and they are in the super chat. We got Greg Laney, Bill H, Kramer, Will Fly, John Wayne. What's up, buddy? We just went out and flew a couple days ago. Scuba, Kramer, Will Fly. A bunch of people are talking. Daniel Roosh is in the house also. Kevin Houston, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Matt Sloper. Gary Simmons, and it looks like more people are coming in here. We even got Mark Huneycutt. How about that? We got Mark Huneycutt. That's amazing because we're going to be chatting with him tonight. We're going to run through everybody on the panel real quick and get to Mark Huneycutt, our guest tonight. So real quick, Will Fly from Will Fly PPG. Tonight he's going to be putting everybody in the spinny wheel of winning things. So make sure you at Will Fly and say hello that you're here so he can put you in the spinny wheel of winning things. Please go and check out his YouTube channel. You can find that over at willflyppg.com. We also got Jim from Canada, the only guy I know that has maple syrup smelling money, and people stop him on the street and say, "Let me smell your money." That's amazing. Jim from Canada, you can find him at carepp.com, and he is our official sponsor. If you want something printed, he's the guy for you. And if you want to see his shenanigans, check out careppg.com. We also got Scuba Steve. He vapes. He flies paramotors. He has his own podcast on Fridays, paramotordude.com. Make sure you run over there and say hi to Scuba Steve. He also is going to be watching the super chat tonight, so make sure you at Scuba Steve if you want to. We also got Ryan Rides. What's up, Ryan Rides? Man, awesome. I love your drones and all the cool stuff you got going on up there. If you want to check him out, Ryan, what is good.com for your stuff? And you know that you're on mute right now, so if you want to say something, you got to unmute yourself. He goes, "Oh crap."
Yeah, we actually just sorry, we just got our website up. It's starflightdrones.com. We do drone shows across the country, and can't beat our prices. So hit me up.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ryan. And one more time, that website?
Starflightdrones.com.
Starflightdrones.com. Excellent. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate you, buddy. Glad that you're here. We also got Paramom from paramomusa.com.
Hey.
Hopefully with her little pom-poms, right? You got your pom-poms.
Got my pom-pom.
Excellent.
Yeah, welcome. Hi, panel. Welcome Monday night. I always look forward to Monday nights. I gotta
Monday
say,
nights are great.
shout out to all my
Absolutely.
chatters. Hi, chatters. Thank you for joining us tonight.
If you want to get on the show, just hit up Paramom. You can go to paramomusa.com, and that forwards over to her Facebook page, and let her know that you want to be on her show. But tonight is not about me. It's not about everybody on the panel. Tonight is all about Mark Huneycutt. What's up, big guy? Good to see you, man. And you are on mute, so make sure you unmute yourself so we can hear you. Goes, oh, there we go. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see y'all.
Yeah, you look more buff or more chiseled, or something's going on. What's different? I mean, it's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's probably the Lyme disease.
What?
Yeah, some stupid tick bit me on a run the other day, and I've just been like sitting at home and taking antibiotics, and I got my first run back in today, and man, I was fatigued, but hey.
Ooh.
That's not good.
That's not nothing to mess with, that's for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I
not.
caught it early enough that the antibiotics should kill it, but it is pretty serious if you don't catch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally agree. Well, welcome, Mark Huneycutt. Glad that you made it here tonight. Tonight is all about you, but then again, it's always about you. If you haven't been to his YouTube channel, make sure you check it out. We got the link down below. But I bet you already know Mark Huneycutt. If you do in the super chat, just say, I know Mark Huneycutt. I watch his videos. So Mark, on the pre-show, we talked a little bit about what we wanted to talk about tonight. And one of the things was you flew up to almost 15,000 feet on your Atom 80. Big Grandpa here, man. I tell you what, it takes forever for me to get up to like 2,000 feet. Tell us about that adventure.
So I just landed probably, I don't even know what time it is now, but I probably landed about 2 or 3 hours ago, maybe less. And the goal was just to go see how high I could go because I got this new setup. I've got a skytap Raptor with an Atom 80 on it, and I got the Vito Helix 140 prop, and then I also got the 22-meter Viper XC. So I got a lot of efficient things going on. So I just really wanted to see how high I could fly. I basically pinned full power for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I'm sure that the engine loved it. But yeah, I made it to 14,885 feet, and it took a long time.
That is incredible. A 140 centimeter prop. Now, did you have to do something with your Atom 80 to get a 140 centimeter prop on it?
No, Vitarazi has approved 140 props on them now. I mean, they didn't change their reduction, but they've approved the props. And then they recently just approved the Vitarazi Helix prop. So before people were using, I think, the 140 E prop, but now they got the Vito prop.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Any questions? I know everybody on the panel. We went through everything so quick. Anybody on the panel want to ask Mark Huneycutt any questions? I think Jim wants to. He's like,
Jim's got a question.
I do.
Yeah, how much fuel did you burn over the 2 hours?
I think it's a 4.6 gallon tank, and I think I burned 3 gallons. I mean, anywhere from 2 to 3 gallons. I looked at the tank. Actually, hold on one second. I'll pull up a picture for y'all, and you can judge. But one sec. All right, y'all tell me how much fuel you think is left. How much I burned. This is a 4.6 gallon tank. Oh, it's blurred. All right, this is a fail. I don't know how to blur the screen. I'll figure it out in a second. But I think I burned about 3 gallons. At 2 hours.
You should be able to put the phone right there on your chest. There we go. Now move it forward just a little bit. There we go. I can see, but it looks kind of white. But
yeah, I think about 2 to 3 gallons, but I just basically full powered for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and then I killed the engine and glided from 14,800 feet to landing, and it was incredible. Like, just keeping the ear cups and earbuds on. I actually turned my music off and just glided the whole way, and it was super peaceful. It was really nice, actually.
So just over 4 liters per hour then.
Yeah, well, I guess that would be, wait, maybe more than that. I think the chart even says like at full power you're burning like 9, but that wouldn't make sense though. Yeah, I don't know. The chart's wrong too. Hard to say. I haven't done the calculations yet. I just landed.
I think a lot of that's going to be based on the wing that you're flying and how much your all up weight will be on that wing and how efficient it is. So that probably has a contributing factor to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was pretty lightly loaded because the Viper 22 is actually, because it's such a high aspect ratio efficient wing, it only goes to a max size of 22 or 24. So 22 is actually big for me, but I got it because I knew I would load it down with a lot of fuel, camping gear, oil, and all that. But this flight, I only had my scout bag, and I was full of fuel, so it really wasn't. I was pretty lightly loaded.
Yeah,
That's what
the
I
burn
wonder.
rate shouldn't change when you're going full throttle, because
What's
you're
that?
going full throttle. You can't really. You're not working on efficiency. So it
No.
should be a consistent. The wing shouldn't really matter at that point.
Over that 140 prop, it probably should really have a lot more thrust, I would assume. A 140 prop, even on the Atom 80, probably has a lot more thrust than,
Yeah.
of course, mine.
That's what I was wanting to know. I mean, what does he weigh? Like 165, if that? I don't know. But if you're on the factory R, how is the climb rate with that?
It's massive. Like I tested a Viper 18 at Bad Apples with a factory R, and I think I was doing like, I saw 1,000 foot per minute at one point.
Wow.
Yeah. I was surprised because the 18, I was like, 18, that's small, but the Viper is efficient. The reason I chose the Viper wasn't just for randomness and, trendiness. It's, if you guys know Giles Fowler, he flew the Viper 3 to 22,000 feet in the UK. So it's just and he did a lot of research on what wing was the best. I mean, he even thought about flying free flight wings. He tried free flight wings, but the Viper 3 proved to be more efficient on a powered platform. And that's why I chose the Viper over, like a Xena or some random free flight wing or something. But y'all should check out Giles Fowler. He likes to push the limits too.
Interesting.
So how long were you above 10,000 feet? Do you know approximately?
Yeah, a long time. And actually, I started a timer above 12 and above 14 because in the Army, as a helicopter pilot, they taught us above 10,000 feet, you only want to be there for an hour, and above 12,000 feet, you only want to be there for half an hour. And then above 14,000 feet, you're required to have oxygen. And when I say above 12,000 for 30 minutes, after 30 minutes, you need to get oxygen. And I was above 14,000 feet for I needed oxygen according to the Army rules, and I did not have it. And I stayed above there for a long time, but I was like doing multiplication in my head. I was like, all right, I'm good. I feel good. So I didn't want to fool around too much with hypoxia.
Interesting. Is that the highest you've ever flown so far to date, or have you flown higher before in the past?
On the Nitro 200 and Buzz Z5, I flew to over 17,000 feet.
I know one of the questions that a lot of people ask is, what is your go-to wing and your go-to paramotor? So let's go ahead and answer that one, I suppose.
Right now, I mean, I feel like I'm just testing stuff and go-to. I mean, I don't know what my go-to is anymore. I've been jumping around, and if I'm having fun, it's probably not going to be the Atom 80. It's probably going to be my Factory R and the Gen Falcon 20 meter. But if I'm trying to be efficient, it'll be the Raptor Atom 80 and the 22 meter Viper. So
right.
Two different answers right there.
It makes sense. Any other questions on the panel?
That's the Viper XC, right?
Yeah, the one with the winglets. That's what I got. And it's rock solid. I mean, I did have a collapse the other day when I was doing a 7 hour 50-minute flight. I was towards the end of it, I was very lightly loaded because I had burned over 4 gallons at this point, and thermals were starting to kick off. It was probably 2 p.m. They were good thermals too, and I was utilizing them, but one of them was just kind of pretty spicy, and I felt my wing going to surge. I caught the surge, but the tip kind of collapsed, but popped right back out. And that's really the only collapse I've taken on the Viper XC so far. And I was lightly loaded, so it makes sense.
On the Viper XC, somebody was saying, I think it was Trevor, that when it feels very stable as you're flying straight, but then if you give it a little pressure in the brakes or the tip steering, it will it'll be dialed, but then all of a sudden it kind of breaks loose, and then it'll be much more agile, like with a normal Viper. Have you experienced anything like that?
No, I've just been honestly, most of my flights lately have just been hands off. Like I really haven't played around too much with the Viper. I probably have 25 hours on it in 5 flights, so they've all been like really long flights. And and most of them are just, I stow the brakes and I stow the throttle at cruise control, and I'm just navigating and eating snacks.
That's awesome.
Eating snacks. What else is there?
Oh, today I was telling on the pre-show, I was talking about how I went on a run, get some exercise, and then on the run, I was struggling a bit more than usual because I haven't been able to run due to Lyme disease, and so I got on my phone and I was looking up the wind directions and like the temperatures at 14,000 feet. And I'm like, today's the day, and so I went and immediately got home and started packing for this 15,000 flight, and I got some Mexican food and I put it in my front of Scout adventure bag, and I flew with this Mexican food. It was in a tray in a plastic bag tied up, and I didn't even touch it. Like I was just too busy in the turbulence up to 8,000 feet before it smoothed out, and then above 8,000 I was on a mission, and I was like, I'm not even hungry. But I just flew with this Mexican food that was, and it got cold because it was like 20 something degrees at 15,000 feet.
At least it didn't go bad.
Yeah.
Got your own refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mark, what's the scariest collapse or event that you've ever experienced flying?
Even though I didn't really take many collapses or anything, when I was in South Korea, I would basically just pioneer mountains by myself because I speak Korean and have many friends there. So I would just hike places and find out that they weren't really sites anymore and they were sketchy. And one place I took off and landed in this bowl, and I was just getting rocked around and just had to land next to this creek bed, and that was pretty sketchy for me. I don't think I even took collapses, but it was just like, actually, I think I did. I heard it, but a lot of the times they pop right back out before you can even see it. And that was pretty spooky for me. Just like pioneering random mountains in South Korea that I thought were launch sites.
Interesting.
There's a question that just popped up that if somebody could read that, I thought it was a beautiful question, because I've heard that the
Yes,
Viper
yeah.
XC is a little bit less easy to get up than the Viper 5.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a lot of questions in Super Chat. Steve, can you go ahead and start reading those?
All right. Well,
questions
one
and-
of them, Jim CR120 wants to know, with the recent announcement of the fuel injection motor and its dramatic fuel consumption improvement, do you see it playing a role in the future of cross countries?
Yeah, let me answer Jim real quick. The Viper, I don't know much about the plain old Viper 5 compared to the XC, but the XC launches really good. So I can't compare it to the 5 because I've never flown just the plain old 5. But Ozone.
Well, what about the Falcon or the Mac Paracharger?
I've never launched the Mac Paracharger. I've never flown Mac Para. The Falcon, my Falcon I've had since 2019. I think the launch characteristics are dying a little bit. But Falcon has always been a very solid cross-country wing for me. Like it's like rock solid in flight, no oscillation, and it does well in turbulence. And launch characteristics are good too. It's just starting to get old. But yeah, I haven't flown a Mac Para. I think Ozone wing typically launch pretty good.
How would you compare the two, the Falcon and your new Viper, for launching, like getting it up and going? Like which would be easier?
I think well, it's hard to say because I'm comparing a new Viper to an old Falcon, but I think they both launch pretty good new. The Viper Ozone's notorious for having pretty good launching wings, except for the Mojo. It's a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They're probably pretty similar when they're new. I do really like the Falcon. I think it's solid, but I can't. I was getting 4 liters an hour on the Revo 200 with the Falcon, which I thought was pretty good, but I haven't compared them on the Atom 80, so I'm not sure what their efficiency comparisons are. But for the EFI, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've heard it's going to be like 8 pounds heavier. It's going to be potentially $7,000 for a Moster EFI. But at the same time, I want to try it.
Yeah.
That's what fly-ins are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, fly-ins. I know it's at the same true fly-ins, but at the same time when pre-order comes out, I just feel like it's gonna sell out. It might not. I don't know. Maybe people will think it's too expensive. I'm not sure.
It always
But-
makes me nervous to be an early adopter of anything like that, especially when you're talking that kind of money.
Yeah, $7,000 is a whole paramotor, and now and it might be 6,000. I don't know. Someone today said maybe 7, but even
They
6.
say 5,500 euros today. So,
How
and
much?
I don't know what that is in US.
How many euros?
5,500. 5,500.
Yeah, probably 6,053. It probably is just a little over 6,000, and then taxes and shipping. Maybe it is 65. I don't know.
Maybe they'll just send you one for free, man. Hey, Mark Huneycutt, we're just gonna send him one for free.
Yeah, I wish Bitter Aussie's never given me anything, but that would be nice. They should have sponsored cross-country pilots. Where are those people?
Yeah.
Tucker.
Right.
Care Printing sponsors me.
What's that?
I say Care Printing sponsors me.
That's because you own it.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
I don't know what that is. Should I?
That's my company.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh.
It's his company that smells like maple syrup.
So many companies out there. I'm sorry.
Who's that? Poor
Yep.
Jim.
Obviously
He's
isn't
crushed.
much value.
He's crushed.
I know we all want Mark to go. Yeah, I know that.
I do now.
Yep. And Scuba Steve, any more questions in the super chat, sir? And also, too, while he's checking that out, don't forget to @WillFly. Let him know that you're here because we're spinning the spinning wheel of winning things.
Oh, Tony Marzano wants to ask Mark, when's the baby coming?
September 4th, Labor Day.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
At least you have a long
Labor
weekend.
Day. I love it.
Yeah.
I guess that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Labor
Yeah.
Day.
That's only in a couple months, right? That's gonna go so fast, Mark. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Less than
I'm
2
so
months.
excited for both of you. That's awesome.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
I asked you this before, and I can't remember what your answer was. Are you gonna find out what it is beforehand, or are you gonna make it a surprise?
Surprise. That's it's a lot of her family members did that, so we're gonna do it too.
Oh, there you go. There you go. See, that's by going back to the old school, like I call it, because I didn't know what I was gonna have either. And at that time, I guess in the 80s, there wasn't a way to find out. They didn't have all these, the pink and blue, what do they call it? When they find out who it is.
Gender reveal.
Yeah.
You catch an on fire.
So being a dad, is that going to slow you down on your flying or your acro or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But that's all right.
Well, that's what Tony said. He said, so that's the end.
That's when the flying stops. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm doing all this stuff lately. Got to get it in while I can.
That's right.
There you go. There you go.
You know him. He's going to take the baby up there. He's going to be like doing a video on how to change a diaper while you're flying a paramotor at 10,000 feet.
That's a good idea.
Don't get many ideas. Gee.
God.
Poor baby's gonna have horrible hearing one day.
Oh my goodness.
So
That's
what
funny.
beverage are you promoting tonight?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. Corona Extra.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That counts as an import, right?
Sure.
I guess so.
Isn't everything imported anyway? So
Yeah, pretty much. You got a point.
Corona with a lime.
I wish I had a lime. Yeah. Do we have any limes, Lena? He's like, yeah.
I remember back in the day. Yeah.
So Shane's Planet, Shane says we were talking about the EFI. It's 8 pounds heavier, costs more, requires faith and a battery. That's a point. I mean,
Yeah, there. And I was asking Trevor about it today. I was like, man, I don't even want to dual start on Mosters now because they're notoriously, the starters are notoriously pretty bad. I don't know if they've changed companies. I haven't gotten dual start in a long time, but I just got a Lime delivered. Thank you. But yeah, hopefully they change something on their electric start with the EFI. Maybe it'll be completely different.
Maybe so.
Well,
On the air conception, actually, for all the cylinders that go bad with Nickel coating, I will say the one thing that they did right is the electric start on air conception. Never failed me ever. It was great.
Cool. My
Well,
next
maybe
paramotor will
8
definitely have dual start.
It's
agree.
weird because me and Shannon were watching stuff about the frying pan and all that, and then like a week later, you post a video from flying at the frying pan, and I was like, "What?
Oh, really?
Yeah." It's just weird that you came up like right after we were watching some stuff on it.
That's funny.
That
Yeah.
looked awesome. So
That was epic. Yeah, that was a really good flight. Coordinated that for multiple years, and just weather and life and stuff got in the way. A lot of times it was just weather. Couldn't make it happen. But yeah, frying pan was an incredible flight. I want to go back out there. I'm friends with Richard at the tower, and he wants me to get back out there.
I think there's a question about that actually in the super chat.
It's like,
So yeah, there is. We've got some more questions.
Okay, let's go ahead and do some questions. Who can find the last questions that we need to check out?
James
Steve
has
or
a
Will?
question. James has a question. With your success of the ocean adventure to Pan Head Tower, do you think you'll host some future overnight cross-country adventures, something like Scout did, but on a calmer mentality?
that's a good question for actually y'all and the people in the chat. I mean, do you all want something like that? Like, I'm gonna have a lot of paramotors here. Actually, I do I have about 6 paramotors now that I could potentially host something like that. So I don't know. Does someone want to? I was thinking like, I'm not sure I want to do this. I think about it. I think about a lot of different random things like this, but I could very well just not do it at all. But like mountain camping trip with like classes on how to become more comfortable and knowledgeable about mountain flying. But the goal is you come out for a weekend and the goal is to camp, but it would also be educational for you, and or yeah, something like a trip like that. And I would provide the paramotor, but you could bring your wing or something. So I don't know. I've thought about it.
That'd be pretty neat.
There's a massive bat out there.
What's that, Jim?
Oh, sorry, guys. There's a bat was buzzing me.
In your house?
A bat?
Bat was buzzing you in the house?
No, I was on the porch
That's funny.
or on the terrace, and he was swooping around all over and just
Oh,
went over
no.
me 2 or 3 times.
A bat?
He was not small either.
Where the heck? Where are you?
I'm at Chame Airport down in Panama.
Oh, my goodness. Look at you, Mr. Adventurer, this summer. Jeez.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Now-
mess around with their bats down there. They're bad.
You have to say, okay, Jim was not himself tonight. He was feeling kind of batty.
Oh, man.
Okay, I guess that's a mom joke. It's about as bad as dad
I did a
jokes.
funny. Ah,
That's awesome. Tonight we are going to be spinning the spinny wheel of Winnie things, and that's spinny will as in WILL. If you haven't done so already, please say hello to Will at Will Fly in the super chat. Let him know that you're here so we can put you in this spinny wheel. Now, JB from JB PPG is going to be giving away a decal. So if you haven't done so already, run over to jbppg.com, create that free account because he loves to give away free stuff all the time. All right, let's continue our interview with Mark Huneycutt. So, Mark, any other crazy adventures you've done lately that you want to chat about?
Yeah, I guess, like 3 days ago, I flew for almost 8 hours.
Yeah.
And people might be interested in that because I don't
Yeah.
know how many people have done that in the US, because in other countries, you can carry as much gas as you want. So I watched a video recently of some guy that carried 50 liters and he flew for 1,100 kilometers, which math would say, I guess, 660 miles. And and if y'all go find that video, it's from 2007, and he had a Red Bull helmet on. He had a C-130 fly by him. He had a helicopter fly by him. So there's a lot of coordination. But anyways, in America, we can't fly with that much gas. So yeah, I flew for 8 hours on 4.6 gallons. That Viper is really efficient, and the Atom 80 with the Vito Helix prop is really efficient as well. And I just set out for the day. Lots of food, gear, a way to pee, and I just tried to maintain cruise RPM only 7,500 for me on the Atom 80 with a cylinder head temperature around 145, and I locked that in and flew for 7 hours and 53 minutes straight until my gas ran out.
Dang, man. That's incredible. So, I mean, did you do like did you do thermals?
So the goal for me was to see how long I could go at cruise. So even though I utilized thermals, what I did was I maintained cruise in those thermals, which was weird because it was a little uncomfortable. I've done a lot of paragliding, but like, yeah, just being at cruise in a thermal, just and all the turbulence and the fact that something could happen, like having your prop spinning and everything, is super weird. But had I gone down to idle, I do believe that I could easily fly over 8. I could probably fly over 9 to 10 hours for sure if I worked every thermal at idle or with the engine off.
It's going to be Mark Huneycutt, first paramotor pilot to cross the Atlantic.
Yeah, well, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
In-flight refuel and
yeah.
I actually have a bit far. I have a question for you, Mark. How much of what you're doing now did you learn or figure things out from your trip across North Carolina when you took that flight across North Carolina?
I'm sure it helped. It definitely pushed me to want to do it more because it was fun.
Did you learn a lot on that trip that you now use that knowledge for some of your other adventures that you're going on now?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, most of the knowledge I already knew. I just pieced it all together. I mean, there's certain things that I did that I'd probably pick airports over random gas stations most of the time if I could, and definitely call ahead to those airports before landing at them to make sure they're actually open and fuel isn't self-serve if they're not open. Those are probably two of the bigger things I learned. I'm trying to think if I learned anything else from the North Carolina or South Carolina crossings, but I don't know. Did I learn anything, Elena, about the NC-SC crossings? I don't know.
So would you ground support?
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you, Will. What was that?
I was just asking if Elena was your ground support on the one where you had ground support crossing.
No, I didn't have any ground support.
There she is.
Oh, you didn't?
North Carolina, you did.
Yeah, North Carolina.
No, for North Carolina, I didn't have any at all. I flew I drove to the airport in Tennessee. I launched and I flew all the way basically to Rodanthe, if that's how you say it. And then I flew back up to Kitty Hawk and to Raleigh. And luckily Ross Gassaway was there with his van and he drove me from Raleigh back to Asheville. So I could have flown back, I guess, but that wasn't my goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably I mean, when you're going from east to west, it could be a challenge.
Yeah, it was much slower when just flying back to Raleigh took forever. But no, Elena helped me with. She's all dark back there. She helped me with the She dropped me off on the South Carolina one because we were heading to the beach, and yeah, I just met her on the beach, and then we hung out at the beach for a couple of days. So it was a nice little chill session after a bunch of flying.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
what do you do on those long trips for washroom breaks?
Oh man, I got a bag of them right here.
Oh, no.
I'm not condom catheters.
Condom catheters. Okay. How does that work?
Well, if you ever put a
Oh,
condom
come
on-
on, Jim.
No. Okay, no. You don't have to. Not the. No, actually, I do want to know because I'm a little.
So
I
it's
don't have any idea.
you roll it on and it's got a tube on the end of it, and you connect it, like sticks out, and then you connect a tube to it, and then you can run that tube down your leg. I kept the piss pouch on and left it on my calf, and I have a valve on it, and so it feels like you're peeing in your pants, and then all of a sudden your leg gets warm, and then and then when you're ready, you open the valve and you can pee on whoever you want.
Jeez, that's a visual.
Yeah,
All
or
right.
or just run a tube and you don't have to mess with the valve at all. Like run a tube below your boot and then just pee and it comes out right there. But I don't know if the tube's long enough, so I have the bag.
I mean, it sounds funny, but it is an interesting topic because it's something we've all had to do. So
I will say it is, for an 8-hour flight, it is nice because I flew with a liter of water and a liter of Gatorade. And normally I dehydrate myself before a long flight. Not dehydrate, but maybe not drink coffee or maybe not drink much water. And that's not really good for you. So just being able to take water and Gatorade and snacks and be like in full comfort. I peed 3 or 4 times on that flight, and it was great.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
How big is the bag? Like, how much can it hold?
I don't have it with me, but it's probably like this big. It's flat.
At least 3 or 4 P's. That's what.
Well, it fills up pretty good actually on one piece. So then I empty it each time. But I think it would be better if you just had a tube and no bag. So that way you don't have to deal with it.
And just so everybody knows, if it's a beautiful day out, you see paramotor pilots and it sprinkles, but it's blue sky.
It's Mark Huneycutt.
Don't
Oh,
drink
gosh.
the rain. Don't drink the rain.
Golden showers.
I'm going to have a video soon of that flight. And you see in my route, I do the circle over this forest where no one's living.
Oh, that's funny.
except for the indigenous people.
Yeah. Sorry, people of Rutherford, North Carolina.
That's
there's
where I
any-
became a pilot, Rutherford. Rutherford 10. Yeah, Rutherford.
Mark's fertilizing the forest.
Yeah, I fertilized a couple of forests. One around Lake Lure too, and then one around
Acid rain.
Yeah.
You know, they're all going to have us paramotor pilots with P tubes help with forest fires in the future now.
So that's what the PP in PPG stands for.
There you go. There you go.
That's why he's so interested in this topic.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I mean, if you think
Well, it is a very interesting topic because if you don't have something like that, what do you do? I mean, how many people have been up and really had to pee? How do you go pee if you don't have a tube? Well, anybody on the panel, have you ever had to pee and you peed up there while you're flying?
somebody
Anybody?
Yes, I've had to pee.
somebody commented one time, it was like, just whip it out. And I'm like, I got this scout bag sitting on top of me. And if you hang from your harness, it's stressful. It's hard to pee when you're stressed out. All
Mhm.
this stuff. It's just
Oh,
better.
what a mess.
Yeah.
What's the age old? You pee into the wind?
just idle and then do a 180 riser twist. And now you're
There you go. Better, yeah, there you go. Or get out of your harness like you're gonna land, and there you go.
Yeah, Daniel Roush. Exactly. That's what I was saying.
So anybody in the super chat, we got to know, have you ever peed while flying in a paramotor? We got to know this. I tell you, I love the topics that we have.
This is a first. Gotta
It
be.
never fails to amuse me on Monday nights on ClearPropTV, all the cool stuff that you learn. It may not be paramotor stuff, but most of the time it is. And if you got to pee when you're flying for 8 hours, you got to do something, right? So that's pretty cool that Mark is letting us know how to do such a thing. What I really want to know is, how in the world can you fly for 8 hours with 5 gallons or less than 5 gallons? You know, it's like, I'm lucky to hit 2 hours with 5 gallons, and he's flying for 8 hours. That's still incredible to me.
Yeah, it's I mean, some people will be like, hey, you're not in, Colorado, or you're not, what about the heavier pilots? But there's I'm 165, so if you want to be the same wing loading, maybe you get the next size up on the Viper, and now you can be a heavier person and do it. Maybe you don't carry as much gear as well. So it just depends on your wing loading and stuff like that, if you want to do it with an Atom 80. But I will say that the EFI will help with that, flying for a long time, and so will the Polini 200. I think Polini 202. I'm getting the Simonini 200. It's either Simonini 202 or 200 and Polini 200 or 202. But those engines are really efficient as well, if for your bigger guys.
Interesting. Real quick, for everybody on the panel, just real quick, obviously, what's the longest you've ever flown with a tank of gas? Will?
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours. That's awesome. Ryan?
I was just thinking about that. I think it was one of my balloon flights a couple of years ago. It was on my Atom 80. I got 2 hours, 40 minutes. I think was my longest.
Mine was on the Atom 82.
Oh, was it on the Atom 80? Okay.
Yeah.
You might have had a 12-liter tank or something from Parajet?
No, that was on a mini plane that I had that I've converted over to an Atom. And it has a 12-liter tank, and that thing was overflowing when I capped it. So
I probably had I guess I would have like 1.5 gallons more than you, and then a really efficient wing as well.
yeah, I was on a 20-meter Spider, or Spider 3. So
Yeah,
not the most efficient, but it wasn't bad either.
right.
Scuba Steve, was the longest you've flown?
I think the longest I've been up is maybe about 3 hours. Because Gaggle, for some reason, when I flew over the beach, it didn't record when I first took off. So midway into the flight, Gaggle was like, "Oh, you're flying," and then it started recording, and then it thought me being at 200 feet was ground level, so it kept saying I was below ground level. I'm sure whoever was watching it thought I was crashing, but. Yeah, I had it almost all the way full. It wasn't quite, but I know I flew at least 40 miles. But yeah, it was only like 2.5, maybe 3 hours tops, I'm guessing. But I didn't. What's weird about that, because y'all are talking about taking pee breaks. I had a full blown one of these guys, the Powerade Zero, and 2 bottles of water. Now, we drove down to Kitty Hawk. We got there maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. Went to fly. Oh, that's another thing. The sand felt really nice. The wind was really nice. Took off, flew the entire thing until I ran out of gas, landed. The temperature of the sand changes a lot when it gets hot outside. I was fine when I first landed, and then about 5 seconds after that, the heat from the sand. But yeah, it was really hot. And then we drove all the way back from here, which is about 2 hours back home, from Kitty Hawk back home. And I didn't use the bathroom not one time. I don't know if my bladder's just like, yeah, or what, but I didn't have to go to the bathroom at all.
Yeah, big bladder.
Hey, Sean, for what it's worth, I posted the catheter link in the chat, and I know what I want for Christmas, man.
Well, go ahead and put it up. I'd like to see it if you can share that screen of the catheter thing. While we're putting that up, if you would, Jim, let us know your longest flight.
5 hours, just under 5 hours, with
No kidding, really?
32 liters of fuel.
Holy cow.
32?
32. I had 7 liters left over, but yeah.
Might have told me that, but yeah, I forgot you're in Canada as well.
Yeah, he's
you,
in Canada.
you guys don't have gas restrictions, right?
Right, exactly.
That's cool.
Oh, it's really called a condom catheter? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't messing around.
Yeah, man. That's
And
cool.
at only
Yeah.
$20, you get 3 condom catheters. That's
You get the whole freaking kit.
It holds 1,000 milliliters. Okay, that's pretty good amount.
That's cheaper than
That's
what I
1
bought.
liter.
I don't know what that is in gallons.
and I don't.
That's 1 liter. So that
gallons.
is
how much pee are you gonna pee, Will?
But you see that valve on the bottom of it. I mean, you just empty it out and then you got a empty bag again.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I got an idea here. Take the catheter, take the tube, use the tube and the catheter to tape to your boot, use the bladder to fill with extra fuel for your motor.
I mean, you could get the two mixed up and it would be a mess.
Yeah. Find out that your engine runs on urine.
That is
Yeah, right.
Wait, did that just say that last picture? Did it say adhesive stuck? What?
Yeah, it's adhesive. It's
Adhesive tape stuck to the urine. Oh, you keep switching off of it.
Sorry, man.
Yep.
Achieve a fixed effect. I bet it does. Is that like Velcro too? You can cinch it up.
I don't have the strap. Mine looks different. It's clear and it's a little harder, but yeah, you do roll it on like that, but it is adhesive. So that way the pee can't like push back and come out.
Oh, okay.
Backflow.
I guess I'm laughing. Okay, so it says one for the male. Okay, like girls fly and they have to, they get up there, have to pee. So what do they have for the girls? I can't imagine.
I don't know. Get a lane
depends.
on it.
It
She'll
says
tell
on that
us.
one, it just
Just
says
depends.
male.
What I've heard for girls,
just-
like paragliding competitions, is that the girls wear diapers. Depends.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way.
That's what I've
Really?
heard.
So I guess the answer is it depends.
Oh.
But I'm pumped.
Oh, yes, I
Oh
didn't.
my
Yeah, Matt
God.
Sloper, I took off barefoot. I was thinking, oh, I'm at the beach. It'll be easier to run through the sand barefoot. But when I landed, I regretted that decision. So, yeah.
Wendy says it almost looks like a primer ball.
Don't squeeze it. How many times do you have to prime it?
Yeah.
You're probably
I
more than
think it
twice you're
just-
playing with it on.
I think it'd just be as easy just to throw in those depends or something if you're going to be doing 8 hours. But I don't know. Maybe the condom catheters. Here we go. That's what we need to do. We need to do a video on what is better, a condom catheter or depends. So Mark Huneycutt, there you go. There's your
there you
next
go.
video.
I don't know if
Lord.
I want to pee. I think I peed at like hour 2 or 3. I don't know if I want to sit in my pee for like 7 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah, that would be really uncomfortable.
Well, in a couple of months, you
Well,
could compare it to
especially-
diapers because you'll have some of those
There
too.
you go.
especially if it's cold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'll be the next thing for the spinny wheel.
is what? Is winning condom catheters?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
If the girl doesn't win it, that would be upsetting. She could connect it to a shiwi.
Yeah. Seaweed.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Oh,
Well,
It
the
is
first for
hilarious.
everything, right? I mean, nobody knew what those look like, and now you know.
Yeah, I mean, you should ask
Hey, Mark.
sometime because I mean the guys that free fly for really long amounts of times. I think they as well use condom catheters.
Yeah. Do you have you ever used your helicopter helmet for paramotoring?
I don't think I've ever worn it, and just because it's heavy and I can't use the comms on it, and the field of vision is lower because it has little side things.
Oh, okay.
But it looks exactly like what Harley uses to fly across the country, Harley Milne to fly across the country.
Okay.
I think
That's a question I did have for Mark, because I'm sure you've flown over plenty of beaches, and I've noticed when I did come to land and to kill my motor, the kill switch wouldn't work. I had to really crank down on it to finally get it to kill. And after I did that, the button wouldn't come back out. And it was like, while I was flying, my hands were getting sticky, I guess, from this ocean air.
yeah.
Is that normal?
I wonder if you got sand in your kill switch button or something,
It may be. I might have to take it apart, but it's just, my hands felt sticky, everything, before I even landed. I was just flying around and I was like, man, this air is making me feel sticky. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too. Like it's humid and salty, and yeah, my hands will get a little sweaty. I mean, even just flying in general, it's not like I'm stressed or like scared or anything. It's just like you're doing something like different and active, and like that requires more attention. Yeah, my hands sweat a little more when I'm flying than normal.
So if I can,
There's a question that I spotted. Scuba, you put it up. It was about Mark's adventures.
It says, do you know when your next paramotor adventure will be? Are you open to wingmen jumping in to fly alongside you on parts of your journeys?
Yeah, that would be cool. Like whenever I was hoping like I'd be flying that 8-hour flight the other day, and some random dude would just pop up and be like, yo, I saw you push your live track at 6:30 in the morning, and I decided to just pop up next to you.
Do you use Gaggle at all by any chance?
Not really. Because XC Track has been so reliable for me. There's been times that Gaggle and other apps have failed me in terms of like the recording keeping going. So I just stick to XC Track, even though I think it's more European, like not too many people use it, but it is like as soon as I launch, I hear it click, like right as my feet come off the ground, it starts, and it's pretty good.
cool.
Okay.
There's a couple more questions in the chat, Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So Jeremy said he's wondering, so do you plan to go back to flying Korea ever?
That would be nice. I had a lot of fun in Korea. It's a fun place to fly. I mean, within an hour of Camp Humphreys base, there was probably like 5 launch sites for paragliding. And then my paramotor spot was real close. So I'd like to go back and fly. And met some cool Koreans there that I flew with. And strangely enough, I met some dude from my hometown, an American that lives there. It was weird. He'd been living there for 15 years, and he was from my small town, Asheville area. And we met each other, and he was a paraglider pilot too. Just so weird. Yeah.
Small
But yeah,
It
world.
is definitely a small world. When I was in the Marine Corps, when I was overseas, I met somebody that lived 2 blocks away from me that I'd never met while I was at the house. So yeah, it's a small world. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's weird. But it was cool.
Any other questions in the super chat?
You've got a couple. So
Okay.
Tony Martano wants to know if you plan on doing anything with your helicopter skills in the future.
I don't know. It's just anything would probably require me to move. So we're not really looking to move. I almost did heli tours here in Asheville because a new company opened up February of last year, and I reached out to them, but they wanted me to start in Seaverville, or however you say it, Tennessee, and I just wasn't ready to move over there and learn their ropes before that I could return here and fly tours around like Chimney Rock and stuff.
Do you
But
miss it?
a little bit. I mean, I don't miss the Army, but I miss flying helicopters. It was fun to go rip around and do fun stuff in a helicopter, 10 feet off the treetops and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to do in the civilian world. I mean, they want 2,500 hours for medevac pilots, and I came out of the Army with 800 hours. So you have to build your hours up doing like CFI or a tour pilot at Myrtle Beach or something.
Interesting.
And the last one is James wondering if you're gonna fly to Moonshiners from your house.
I could, it'd be easy. I have flown to that airport before from my house, but I don't know, because I'm gonna finish training people July 28th, and then I'm gonna go to a Jim James concert for that weekend, and so it's gonna be pretty close to Moonshiners. I might just want to go home and chill.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Excellent. Do we hit all the questions in the super chat?
No, did I miss
All the
any?
questions?
I think that's
Any
it.
questions?
I think that was
Any
it.
questions on the panel?
Does Woody even fly anymore? I don't know. I haven't seen Woody Gamer Tag post any videos in a long time, so I don't know.
Woody's in our group chat. He's been kind of absent for the last couple months since Bad Apples. But I mean, he actually flies a pretty good amount. He's an astounding acro pilot. He's really good. He does helis, and he's done infinites and just stuff that he really doesn't share anymore, but he flies.
He's thrown a few reserves too.
Yeah, he learned helis over the beach. They had a SIV group around South Carolina, and then he tried to bring those helis back to paramotors, and he had a riser twist, and he had to throw one reserve. It failed. Luckily he had a second reserve, and he landed in some random farm or something, and he bent his frame, but he survived. He was fine.
He's a good pilot.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. It looks like Linda has her glasses off, so that only means one thing, and that means it's time for a thumbnail, which is why I always do this, because it shows my thumbnails.
There we go.
All right, Will, whenever you're ready, let's do a thumbnail.
1, 2, 3. All right, we got it.
Excellent day. Good.
Cool. Did
Well,
I
thank
put
you very much, Mark.
that on
We
my,
definitely appreciate you.
yes.
What's that, Linda?
No, I just said, because I like these thumbnails, because then, on Mondays, I do my thing on the stories, and, let everybody know our show and all that stuff.
Okay.
I like doing that on Monday. So this will be the next one for next week.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, someone
What
asked
do you-
what helicopter I flew in the Army. I flew the Black Hawk helicopter, the best one. I chose that one.
Nice.
So how many, you've been having a lot of bears around your house, Mark. I've seen that on Facebook. That are they your pets now? Do you feed them every day?
So I've never fed them, but I live on this mountaintop. I live right here, and my neighbors around the circle down the hill, they feed them. Yeah, so I think that attracts them. And then when we have a south wind and we're cooking, I have a feeling they smell it and come on over. But also sometimes they just randomly use our yard as a thoroughfare, and then they like poop where we park, and it's massive, and then I rake it away. But they tore into 2 of my sheds, and then they recently tore into my siding on my house. So that's not good. So I'm gonna have to start hating them. Like, they're really cool to watch, but like they're kind of problematic this year.
Oh my goodness. So when you walk out the door, you gotta kind of be on bear watch, and right? You gotta kind of watch your surroundings out there,
Yeah.
I would say. You know?
Sometimes we're used to not seeing them, so we just walk outside and don't think about it. Most of the time they're going to be scared, but there have been a couple times I've walked out there not thinking about him, and then I look up and we're like looking at each other, and then he starts running.
There
Oh,
we
well,
go.
at least it's not moose.
Thing.
Could be in Alaska, have a moose in your yard destroying, eating everything, right? So,
Yeah, or grizzlies, those are pretty big.
no, I bet. Yeah. It's not like when you just go to the zoo and you see from the other side, when you walk out your door and they're in your backyard, that's a whole different story there. Goodness.
I think the scariest thing for bears to see would be cubs.
Yeah, and the other day I recorded the mom and 4 cubs. But yeah, whenever I see cubs and I don't see the mom, I'm like, where is she?
Yeah, definitely get away.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I know that we talked on the pre-show that we're just going to do an hour. It is now wrapping up for 1 hour, so we definitely appreciate you. Everybody else that's here, don't go anywhere because we're going to be spinning the spinning wheel of winning things. I only see 10 likes, and we got over 30 people. If you're able to hit that like button, we definitely appreciate it. For sure, it helps our metrics.
There you go.
So Mark, if you need to leave, you're more than welcome to leave, but we definitely appreciate you, Mark. And thank you so much for joining us again.
Yes, thank you, Mark.
What is this, your second or third time on our show?
Something like that, yeah.
I think our third time. Yeah.
Is it really?
Really awesome.
Movie theater, Candy, go watch Sound of Freedom. It's pretty amazing.
Sound of Freedom.
All right.
Will do. Yeah, Mark, man, it's always a pleasure. We'll sure see you around if I don't see you at Moonshiners.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Thanks for all the
Appreciate
info,
it.
Mark.
Love your work, Mark. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep, see ya.
Thanks, buddy. All right. So let's go ahead and get ready for the spinny wheel of winning things. I'm really glad that everybody's hanging around, and hopefully everyone enjoyed the show. Wow, you got like a super zoom.
Yeah, it's showing Zoom, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's showing our chat.
You don't like that picture?
No, it just all we saw was the top part of your screen.
How about now?
Nope, we just see the top part of your screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's weird because I'm sharing the right thing. But I'll try something else while you guys chat.
Okay. So real quick, anybody that can see the likes, what do we have now? Are they jumping up a little bit, I hope?
19
Can't
is
go
what I see now.
Cool.
That's good. I
Getting
mean,
there.
thumbs up if you like Mark. I mean, my goodness. And also, too, it'd be really neat if you have met Mark, put in the super chat that you've met Mark. If you haven't met Mark, but you know of Mark, say in the super chat you know of Mark. And if you've never heard of Mark Huneycutt before, type in there, I've never heard of Mark Huneycutt. Who is this guy? I'm really curious to see who
anymore. You know?
Right. After today, everybody knows Mark Huneycutt. So it looks like we have some technical difficulties with our spinny wheel of winning things.
We're working it out. I think I figured it out.
Okay, that's good. I want to know more about these drones that Ryan are doing over there, and your newest adventures on your drone thing, man.
Dude, it's been a really, really busy fourth. We did 4 shows in 4 days. In 5 days, sorry, 4 shows in 5 days. And they were all full fleet shows, full 75 drone fleet shows, and we made the news. I did an interview with one of the local news stations, and we got interviewed by the New York Times and several other newspapers, online publications, and it was a great season for us, and we're still rolling. I've got another show actually here in my hometown in Hellertown, PA on Friday. So very excited. I got a lot of work. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I got to design the show for this week and get it ready for this week for Friday night. So it's going to be fun.
And one more time, what is the .com that we can go check this out?
Hang on a second.
Come on, you should know your own .com, dude.
It's not mine.
Cool. Thank
Well,
you,
that's-
chatters.
That's weird because the goggles looks like it has this spider web coming out of the center.
I just noticed that. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, man, that's either creepy
That
or
looks
I don't
cool.
know, I haven't decided yet.
That looks cool.
Starflightdrones.com.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I'm thinking, okay, never mind. I'm thinking like, never mind. It does kind of look like a drone type thing on
Yeah.
Star Wars or whatever.
That wheel looks, that's cool. That wheel looks really cool.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
Of course. He's
Jim's
the
not
spinny
hunting
wheel.
for a bat.
All right. Thank you, chatters, for joining us tonight. Getting on the spinny winny wheel of winny things. Monday night. Hi, Jade. Love ya.
Are you gonna go down the list?
I don't know. I had to wait to get permission before I started yelling out names.
Oh,
You don't need permission. I thought that
Oh,
you're
that's
ready to
right,
rock
it's
and
my
roll.
show.
thought you
I
knew what was
forgot.
going on.
Right?
I give you permission. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We got John Wayne, Bill H., Daniel Roche, Tony Marzano, Kevin Houston, Mad Sloper, Gary Simons, Pope J, Flying Flamingo, Jade, my lovely, Shane, Planet Shane, Butch Fly, Dallin Weedell, Deweese Millstud, my lovely, Jim CR120, James, Wendy the Explorer, hi Wendy, love you, Slow Days, Craig Smith, CT Fly, Chris Lockley, Jeremy in the house, what's up, my Michigander, the other Nick, Angela Preslick, Mrs. Vegas, and Fly Swamper, and I Can Fly.
okay,
Thank
so
you
you
all
started
so
with John
much.
Wayne, right?
I didn't see John Wayne in there. Because usually I yell cowboy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's some new names here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Greg Laney, Kramer, and John Wayne and Bill H. No, they weren't on there earlier, just a minute ago, right? Did they just come on there?
No, I had to scroll up.
Oh, okay. I thought I was losing it. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't, yeah. Usually I say John Wayne Cowboy and beautiful Kramer and Mr. Greg Laney in the house and Bill H, of course. Thank you all so much. I got worried for a minute. I'm like, where's my peeps? I don't see them on there.
So did you get Kevin Houston, Matt Sloper?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Yep,
Good.
I think we got them all. Good luck, everybody. And I think
Good
tonight
luck.
I'm gonna say Wendy. That's what I'm gonna say. That's my guess.
I'm gonna say Chris Lockley.
Okay. Let's see, because last week I got it. Remember last week I guessed it.
I'm not gonna
Because
say
you're
Matt
awesome, that's
Sloper. I'll just go throw a random one out.
All right, you ready?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was
All right,
ours.
when you
All right,
are.
I want to say
And-
Shane Planet Shane.
Gotta grease that wheel.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Tuesday show, Matt Sloper. It just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, a guy named Steve was supposed to take it over, and we haven't heard anything from him.
I mean,
look
might as
forward to my
well.
Fridays
Yeah, it might as well be
I like the
vape
scuba
slash
show.
paramotor on Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, Paravate. I'm telling
We're,
you, man.
yeah,
We're-
we're spoiled now,
Terrible.
Scuba. There's no turning back now.
I'm telling you.
Paravape.
Ooh,
Paravape. There you go.
change.
All right. So
Ooh.
whenever you want to spin the
Oh,
spinny wheel,
Angela
oh look at that.
Presley.
like Angela.
Yeah.
Bill
Ooh.
H.
Oh
Chicken
yeah.
is going so slow and
Miss
choppy.
Angela got
Vegas,
it.
Angela. There you go.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me act surprised. Let me act surprised. Let me act surprised.
Yay. Oh, I know
Congratulations.
who
It's
was
rigged.
missing tonight was Bonnie and Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what that's well, they must have, maybe they're busy. I'll have to message her later, find out what she's doing, because they're always on here on Mondays. So
The Franzes.
probably had stuff to do,
What did
whatever.
Angela
Yeah.
win?
Yes, so this is from jbppg.com. Angela, you won an awesome decal from jbppg.com. Make sure you go over to jbppg.com, fill out that form, and they will send you out a decal for you absolutely free.
There you
So
go.
go over to jbppg.com, and make that free account. We'll let JB know that you won, and he'll get up with you and send it out to you.
I want to
Send
say
you out.
thanks to the anonymous person that helped me get a prop, because my other prop, it's a big difference between that F prop that I have. It's just got a scrape. I'll be able to fix it easy. But that prop is only a 130, and it goes from like nothing to 100%. It's real snappy. It's like nothing, bam. And then you face plant, because it's literally like it hits you so hard all at once. The 140 prop is more of a gradual pickup. And then when you hit the gas full, then you go. So I took off so much easier Saturday. It was like night and day, man. I got to stick with the 140.
That's awesome. So what are you flying that you need a 140 prop?
Well, I weigh a lot, and I got a factory R, so I have to use, and it's got the 287 reduction. So I'm using the 287 reduction with the 140 prop, but I have a 150 cage and it's double hoop. But I was running that 130 prop, which also had the 287 reduction, and the prop is really light, but it barely touched, and it scraped off just a little bit of the edge of the prop. I'll be able to fix that one, but I'm going to run the 140, and I'll keep that F prop as a spare.
There you go. There you go.
Well, that's really cool. So you really enjoy that factory R and running the 140, huh?
Oh man, I can't even begin to explain it. It seems like the F prop almost seemed the same at a cruising speed, but it's the takeoff that can really throw you off with that F prop, because it hits you all at once. There's no gradual buildup. It's like maybe it's the throttle. Atom 80 is kind of more forgiving. You can ease into it, but on the factory R, man, when it goes, and you better be ready. So, yeah.
I can relate, Steve. In the last 4 months, I got a Moster 185, a rider, Fly Products rider.
Yeah.
With a Moster 185 that I bought off of Kyle Mooney. And I just picked up about a week and a half ago, I just picked up a 20 meter Luna 2, BGD Luna 2. And man, I feel like a rocket ship when I take off with that thing. It's just straight up, dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
Coming from an Atom 80, it's just night and day.
Oh, you were on 80. Yeah. If you were on an 80 and then you went to that. Yeah. And I went from an Atom 80 to a factory R. So imagine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. It's probably similar to what I'm feeling.
Yeah. I'm a heavy guy, but it will pick my butt up. I'm telling you. It don't care.
Yeah, and those BGD wings, man, I got to test fly the 20, I think it was a 22, that one of my buddies is a dealer for them, and he has one, and he let me demo it, and I landed and I looked at him, I said, take my money.
PPG Smoke just said they released 100 more units today.
Oh.
So he just shipped 100 more today.
Okay.
Wow.
He's trying to catch up. He's doing better than I thought he would. I was like, there's no way he's going to start sending 100 a day, but he's putting them out quick now.
That is absolutely amazing. I can't imagine doing all the stuff that they do over there at PPG Smoke. I mean, they are very innovative, and they've done a lot of stuff for the sport. So, definitely kudos to them. And they also have given us things to give away on the show numerous times. So definitely shout out to ppgsmoke.com. Really great people, and their products that they have are just amazing.
Tony says he'd
And
like
shout
to
out to and what's that, Will?
Steve. Tony says he'd like to see Steve review it.
Yeah, mine's supposed to come in Thursday. I was supposed to get it UPS 2-day air, but UPS screwed up and shipped it ground, so I have to wait until Thursday. As soon as I get it Thursday, I'm going to put it on my helmet and go outside and fire them. Even if I can't fly, I can fire it up, and I'm gonna test it with the GoPro and my phone. It seems really quiet on the phone because you got the noise canceling of the headset plus the iPhone, so that's gonna make it like dead quiet. So we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
Nice.
Cannot wait for that review.
The thing I would like to know, I mean, I like to listen to my music loud.
Right.
Most of the time you have to turn it all the way, not with the Bose, okay, but with the other headsets, you had to turn it way up just to be able to hear the music. But with the Bose, I actually had to turn it down because it's too loud. So that's kind of, I'm curious as to how the music comes across.
Okay, so you want to know how the music sounds like at a cruising speed, or
just at a comfortable, I mean, what too loud sounds like. It's just like uncomfortable. So
right.
to be able to just hear it on a regular headset for me is just like I gotta crank that thing all the way up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah,
I know
I'll
what
check
I
with-
want.
I have to put some
I know
royalty
what I
free.
want. I know what I want Steve to do is next week is to be flying during the show so we can hear it on the show.
That's close to impossible, but hey, if it can happen, it can happen.
Why is that impossible? Is it too
Because it's
windy,
during the
or-
week. I mean, it's on a Monday. I mean, I'd have to leave here and then try to drive somewhere far off just to be able to take off. I mean, maybe I can figure something out.
Oh,
Will, I have a
That's
question
right.
for you. You were saying about the music level. Do you typically, when you fly, do you have, it's kind of a two-part question. Do you use the gel cups on your hearing protection?
No, I use yes, I do use that, but I also use the Bose wireless earbud.
Okay. The earbuds. Okay. I have custom made silicone hearing protection that I use that I had made for shooting and for riding my motorcycle. And I actually found this last time that I flew a couple days ago. It was I had the music cranked as loud as it would go and I could barely hear it
Yeah.
really?
because it blocks out so much noise. It was blocking out the music as well. So I'm actually, when I fly, I'm going to switch back to the foamies because it doesn't block as much and I'll actually be able to hear the music.
Yeah. But the nice thing about the Bose setup, or any of the ones, I guess, that use the same technology or the same style, is that the music's on the other side of the block. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, been real happy with those. But it'd be really nice to have everything like the PPG smoke system. It'd be nice to have it all kind of encompassed into one unit with communications, and so.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
Walter, what's up, man?
Oh, Walter's in the house?
Yeah.
Walter's in the house, sugar.
Walter, you
Sugar.
never got up with me, so I can send you something, since you won like before. Get up with me, buddy. We can send some stuff over there to you. I haven't heard from you in a minute.
He's here and there, on different shows.
So
I'm
Angela
like,
Preslick said
my
that.
bachelorette.
So Angela Preslick said that Trevor Steele is in Italy with Viterazzi flying the EFI now. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him on there.
yeah, Trevor's over there and Judson's working on his bus. Because the two of them, I guess,
So
are
the Kangoo guys are over there.
Yep.
Kyle Mooney's over there. The Aviator guys are over there.
That's cool.
Quite a few over there.
Very
We
cool.
never did is that something you're really interested in, Sean? I mean, seriously interested, or are you just kind of curious about it at this point? The EFI?
Oh, the EFI, yeah, I definitely would like to have an EFI motor for sure.
I'm wondering how much gas it will actually save.
It saves about half. So you're getting they're saying that it's getting 2.5 liters per hour compared
Oh.
to the 4. And it also gives a little bit more power than a regular Monster, but not as much as the factory R. It's just a better fuel flow system, and it's not as
Yeah, but 50% reduction in fuel, that's awesome.
Yeah. That adds up
Very
quick.
significant.
Yeah,
That-
it does. That
It
makes it
a-
worth a little bit more
actually-
money.
That'll kind of
Well,
offset the
yeah.
cost of the motor eventually.
$3,000 for the EFI. That's a lot of fuel. So
Yeah, it is.
you've got, I mean, how many people are gonna burn? How are you, do you paramotor that often? I don't burn $3,000 of fuel in probably
No, but
2
it
or
make
3
but it make a
years.
big difference if you only put a gallon of fuel in your tank opposed to 2 or 3 gallons. So I mean, it'd be a lot lighter for us.
Yeah, it'll make your
That would be
takeoff weight
nice.
lighter. Yeah, and the other thing to consider is you add all these systems in, that becomes a bigger maintenance issue. You know,
Exactly, and
it's going to
And they're
cost more,
saying-
and
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if something goes wrong with that, you're going to be spending big bucks to get it fixed.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't know
simple.
if they said that it's going to be 4 kg heavier, so that's actually 9 pounds. They're saying 8 pounds, but it's 8.8 pounds, right? So it is heavier. You will save. That's like a gallon of fuel, or is that a liter of fuel?
About
no, it's more, a little bit
gallon
more.
and a half. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about a gallon and a half. So, but if you're normally flying and you put in 4 gallons and you get 50% reduction on fuel, you could go double the amount of time. How much time? Okay. How long can you fly with 4 gallons of fuel?
1 hour.
1 hour.
If you're got it efficiently tuned. That is with a regular Monster. But if you go with the EFI, then you would be able to fly approximately it says 2.5 or 2.6 liters per hour. So you would get almost 2.
Almost.
I'm getting maybe 3 liters, possibly 4 an hour burn rate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's almost a
for-
gallon an hour.
Yeah, it's about a gallon an hour.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Even on the factory yard, that's what I'm getting. About a gallon an hour is what I'm calculating it up to be.
And I get just a little bit less than that flying the Atom 80, but not much difference.
You get less? I thought the Atom 80 was better on gas.
depends on your wing.
Oh, okay.
I'm a big grandpa, so I'm pretty much full throttle the entire time. And if I'm full throttle the entire time, I might in an hour get up to 2,000 feet. Not really, but I'm just saying I'm always full throttle pretty much.
So that's why when I trained with the Atom 80, I had pretty much full throttle and it didn't seem like I was gaining any altitude at all. I got to like 300 or 400 feet and it just seemed to stay there back and forth. I'm just not going anywhere.
Didn't leave the ground, did you? Yeah. And they called
Ran really fast.
I did have to run pretty far, but it did get me up. That was on the 28-meter wing, that Mac Paracharger. Yeah.
I mean, I use Moser 185 for one of my trikes, and it pretty much jets me up pretty quickly with the 185. And when I fly with the 185, man, it feels like I'm going straight up, and I can gain a lot of altitude really quick. It's just that it's a little bit heavier than the Atom 80, and I'm really digging how light that 80 is. I mean, you can put that 80 on your back, and you could barely feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I tried the 80, it was pretty amazing. I was shocked at how light it was. In fact, to get to the spot where I wanted to take off from, I ran out to the field because it was just so light.
Yeah.
That was one of the biggest differences when I trained with the 80 and then I got the factory R and I put it on my back. I was like, I don't remember it being this damn heavy. Different motor altogether.
Factory R,
Yeah.
I think is a little bit heavier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, with a double hoop cage. Yeah, just all kinds of weight on my back, but I've managed.
Time
Hey,
to go
Steve,
to a trike.
Steve, I'll come down. I'll come down and train with you. I'll jump on your back. You can run around with me on your back.
Faster.
Faster, damn it! You'll never get in the air like this.
Bush.
When I went from
that's
the
the
Adam
truth
80
of it.
to the Moster, I was super happy, and I still am happy. And I said I'd never go back to an Adam 80, but I would like to fly an Adam 80 again. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I have both now, and a bunch of my buddies have been asking me, "Are you gonna get rid of it? You gonna sell the Atom?" And I'm like, "No," because on those no win days, I want to take out my Atom and my Spider with that super light fabric and just be able to yank it up and go. I don't want to have to fight the wing to get it in the air and run. You know, I just want to give it a quick yank and it's in the air and go. And be able to cruise around for hours. I may not be the fastest guy in the air, but hey, I'm in the air. That's all I care about.
Right. I wish I wouldn't have sold my Adam. I should have kept it.
Yeah.
We got
You learn.
So many people I've heard
got
of
the Rotex
that had them do
50.
the same thing, say the same exact thing. They regret selling it.
Yeah.
Oh, I after
No, I'm not
flying it, I
selling
really
mine.
enjoyed
I'll keep
it,
mine.
but I don't. I love my Monster. I mean, it's heavier, but it only takes a little bit of effort, and you gain those leg muscles, right? You know, it's not a big deal. Why? And then I can take off. I couldn't believe how I couldn't really gain altitude very fast in the Atom 80, and it burned a lot of fuel. Like, sure, it was about a liter less, but it was only a liter less an hour. And I thought, what the heck's the point? I might as well have my Monster, and I can go as high as I want, and then I can take off with a ton of fuel too if I want.
Oh, that's a good question, Tony. He said, so are they only going to make the 185 fuel injected? Are they going to do the Atom 80 the same way?
I believe so. Yeah. It's similar to the question that a lot of people have been asking about the factory R. A lot of people have been asking, are they ever going to make the factory with an electric start? They're not going to, and they've stated it very openly that they have no interest in doing that because it's a racing engine. That added weight isn't doing it. It offsets the benefits of that motor. So they wanted to keep it that way. I think they're going to follow suit with the EFIs. It's going to be just the Moster. I don't foresee them. There's really no reason. I mean, the Atom 80 starts so easily and it's been so reliable.
know,
There's
right?
there's no reason to, why mess with something when it works, you know? You're just opening yourself up for more problems by doing that.
Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't make electric start for the factory R, but it honestly doesn't take much to get it running. I mean, as long as you prime it right, it'll start right up.
The only reason that I would want an electric start is for those rare occasions that I have an engine out, because because of my size, getting my arms back to grab the starter, my risers are right here, and trying to grab it, I can't get a full stroke on the pull. So having an electric start in the air would be really nice. That's the only thing.
Do you have a bungee going from your pull start down to your?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say,
Yes,
those come in handy. I grab the bungee and pull it, and then I grab it.
Yep. It actually saved me. I've had two motor outs since I've had this Moster. And the first one, I didn't have enough time. I was only at about 200 to 300 feet when I realized that the engine was dead. So I had a choice. I could either try and restart or find a place to land. And I chose a place to land. The second time I was probably at about 500 feet when I came out of the wing over and realized that the engine had died, and I had enough time to get a couple pulls to get it started again. But having that electric start would be awesome for just those situations. That's the only reason that I would want an electric start.
Yeah, totally agree. All right. Well, we are closing in at 8:30. We've dropped out more than half the people that was watching a little while ago. So how about we say our goodbyes and maybe go out and get a half an hour of flight in before it gets too
Ah, you
dark.
suck. I'm gonna go fly right now. No, I'm
Yeah, man, it's completely
in
dark.
pajamas, no less. All right.
Completely dark here.
Yeah.
No, this is good.
Yeah, we
This is
Oh
a
yeah,
good-
there's no flying right now. That's dark.
It's dark out.
I don't know if we're gonna get storms tonight. They're saying, so I don't know if we're gonna get anything, but
But
we'll see.
are
We
you
had a
gonna go fly?
thunderstorm just roll through a little while ago.
Looks
Saying
like
Good
Butch
night,
is gonna
y'all.
go fly.
Right. This was
Been
super
fun,
fun.
everyone.
Yeah.
Super
Looks like
duper
it's gonna
fun.
go fly time. Hey, Will.
Yeah.
So Butch Fly, is he related to you, Will Fly?
Yeah, we got the same. It's like distant cousins. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, just checking.
That's funny.
Looks like Butch is ready to go fly, so we might hear some paramotor sounds here in just a moment.
Oh,
There he goes.
I hear it. I hear it.
He's
Sounds
ready.
Good.
He was just
Ready.
waiting to get in the air. He's like, I'm ready to go now.
Absolutely.
Very
I've been
cool.
waiting too. I was thinking, all right, 8:00. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop the show at 8:00 and we'll go fly for an hour. Now here we are talking on.
Hey, you got to fly when you can. You may have bad weather days coming up, so go fly. Hell yeah.
Man, we fly like every morning and every night, so it's no big deal.
Oh, I wish that does not happen.
Not in my
we
world.
put on we put on so many hours on the motors that we have to do 25-hour maintenances every weekend. We do 50-hour maintenances every week and 2-hour and 100-hour maintenances, every 2 weeks.
I got my 100-hour kit on order. It's actually coming in from Sky Sports this week.
Nice.
So I got 2 engines coming up on. They just flipped 70 hours, both of them. So I got to do both of them soon. So
There you go. There you go. I just
Hey, Ryan,
yeah.
did you see that drone show that was in China that had the dragon?
Yes.
flying
Yeah,
in
with
the-
Yes. That was impressive.
Wow.
That was really impressive. Did you see the one that they did? I want to say it was in Texas. It was a world record for something.
It was like
Longest set-
1,000 drones.
Yeah, it was like 1,008 drones or something. It was world record for the longest sentence, I think, is what it was. They did a really nice job on that one. That was
Oh.
very cool. One of the things that I aspire to.
I posted one that was, they did the whole story of Van Gogh, and it was a Guinness World Record because it was over 1,000 drones, and
Yep.
they did the whole story of Van Gogh and his paintings, and that was pretty cool,
I don't know who these guys are, but I want their financing.
right?
I need their financing.
Yeah, I said you're only a few drones
Yeah.
short, and I'm like 1,000 drones. Yeah, right.
1,000
Exactly.
drone short.
Like, give me your money.
So
Yeah.
we're trucking along. We're
Will's
trying to.
flying, right?
But you've done a lot of shows here. I mean, that's the best time is around 4th of July.
Yep.
It's just like that's when you're humping then. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of municipalities are turning away from fireworks, so we're trying to jump on those opportunities as they open up.
Cool.
Sure.
Oh, that's
good.
interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people complaining about scaring their dogs and everything else. And July 4th, my scheduled show actually fell through, so we ended up doing a show for the municipality that we're based out of, which is Slatington, PA.
My
And
goodness.
the community went nuts for it. They loved it. So we got we got a news story out of it.
Nice.
The local news came and interviewed me, so it was cool. Got a lot of
That's
good publicity.
awesome. Did anybody fly during the 4th of July and watch the fireworks from the air? I did.
It's on my bucket list.
No? Nobody?
Love it.
One of these days.
It was
How was
cool.
it,
Tony?
I need to put that. I need to put that.
For
one of
us, the fireworks were like 2 hours after sunset, so there was no way I was gonna go up.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah, they
How
were
was
they
it,
were
Sean?
popping up a bunch of, no, they were popping off a bunch of fireworks like right after sunset. So I was only able to stay up for half an hour after sunset, obviously. And I was just doing big 360s and watching pop, 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 pop. Everybody was shooting them off. People were shooting off just all around me. I mean, I'm not up at me, but I was looking down and just watching fireworks. I'm like, this is so cool. Crap, I gotta land. At least I can bring the drone up right afterwards after I land, and then
Yep.
with the 4K on it, I can still look around and watch all the fireworks. So it
There you
worked
go.
out really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
There's a drone
Have a
show. I
great
just
evening.
posted a link.
Okay, thank you.
It's on Facebook, but yeah. Oh, it was
Works, right.
600 drones. I'm sorry, not 1,000.
Holy cow, those things are huge.
Yeah, they're all like Phantom 4.
Yeah, they look
DJI.
like Phantoms, but they're not.
They're not?
Those things. No, they're not.
Oh,
Those are the drones that are used for drone light shows are specifically for drone light shows.
I got
They
you.
don't have cameras on them at all. They just have a light. They have an LED light pack on them, and they have a GPS system called RTK. It's for position accuracy. It basically it does calculations to make for more accurate location, so that they can so they know exactly where they are. It's instead of a drone being within 6 feet of where it thinks it is, it's down to a foot or 2 feet. So it kind of brings it down more.
I got you.
Guys,
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
the
Yeah.
most American thing ever.
What's up? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I saw this. I love the mother in the red shirt. First thing she does, grab that kid and cradle it and hide it. And she ran.
Now that's a freaking show.
Oh,
Oh man.
I did not
I would
see this
freak out.
before. Can someone
Whoa.
post a link for me so I can take a look
Oh
at
my
it?
God.
Because my internet sucks. I can barely see it.
Yeah,
on
well,
chopping out.
it's definitely worth. Yeah, I'll post a link.
Most American thing ever.
Definitely worth
that's
watching.
insane.
Yeah, put that in the guest chat so I can take a look at it later.
You got it.
All right, guys. I still got an hour drive back to the house after we clean up
Okay.
over here. So I still got a little bit of time to run up there and run into the sky. Looks like Butch already ran into the sky. I
Okay.
want to go, catch him quick. If you don't know about Run Into the Sky, it's a nonprofit organization. We got a link down below. We've helped some people, and we got some new people that we're going to be helping pretty soon. And we got a school being built over here at the new LZ. So runintothesky.org, check it out, and we'll be posting a lot more videos in the future about it.
Yeah.
So Ryan Rice, tell us a little bit about the drone place again and how we can check it out.
Starflightdrones.com. Give us a call, reach out to us, send us an email. We'll be happy to come out and do a drone show for you. I'd love to chat with anybody that's interested. We have the ability to do them nationwide, so hit me up.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Scuba Steve, tell us about your paramotor, or what is it, paravaping?
It's para something. I don't know. It's usually a vape show, but I've been talking a lot about paramotors. The more I fly, the more it probably goes to a paramotor show. But I try to keep it about vaping. But yeah, it's every Friday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. You can go to paramotordude.com. That'll take you straight over my YouTube channel. Come on, it's free.
It's great.
Excellent, excellent.
Whole lot of laughs. I love watching you
It
guys.
is funny most of the time to watch us bicker. Yeah.
No, I just love watching you and Munchkin on there. She's great. She keeps you in line, and that's a good thing.
She's so burnt
Somebody
right now.
has to.
She
Somebody
is
has
sunburnt
to.
so bad.
That's why I love her. I'm like, you go, girl.
Excellent. And Paramom from ParamomUSA.com. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how to get on your show and something's going on with your favorite son on Thursdays.
That's right. Yeah, he's been doing quite a bit of flying. Yeah, you can catch him on Thursday, paraglidingtalk.com with my son, Robert Michaels. And that's how I got my name Paramom, because he flies paramotor sometimes and he paraglides too. And they always have really cool guests on his show. You never know who's gonna, pop up there, and it's a lot of fun. And don't forget Wednesday nights, Just Want to Fly. There, she's still having her show, so y'all gotta, get on there and watch Jade's show, my lovely flying flamingo, and she's healing up pretty good, and check on her every day. So we'll just keep our prayers going and all that good stuff. All that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So yeah, don't forget to catch her show on Wednesday. And just a shout out to Northern Lights Paramotors LLC. So make sure you check them out. They're awesome.
Their flying's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I always forget that. Yes. Yeah. So if you guys
It's
want to
like
check
the
that
end of
out,
this month or something. I don't remember the dates exactly, but yeah.
I have to look it up.
If you're
But
up
yeah.
north, go to
Yeah,
that
it's coming up the end of the month. I thought it was the 27th or something. It's coming up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yep. So
All right.
that's it.
And Will Fly. Tell us a little bit about your touchyourtip.com thing that you
Just
got
a
going
tip.
on.
Yeah, man. So you can check out my videos. Look for you on YouTube, Will Fly, or easiest thing to do is just go to willflyppg.com. Just the tip 10.0 came out a few days ago, and already working on the next one.
Heck yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate
fun.
you. My name is Sean Simons, also known PPG Grandpa. You can always find me at ppggrandpa.com. iFlyParamotors.com. Of course, you can always find me over here at the school at paramotorarkansas.com and the new nonprofit organization, runintothesky.org. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you next Monday.
y'all.
Be here.
Hey, much love.
Be here or be square. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.